Welcome into Yelling from the Couch. I'm Brent Humphries, and I am joined once again by Steven Compian from Sports by Compian. Steven, how you doing, man? Your team is losing everybody, but they still have Baker, and that is all that matters right now, it looks like.
Yes, sir. We are a skeleton crew still winning. Thank you for having me back, Brett. Very excited to be here to represent our Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are having themselves a hell of a year. A hell of a year, I tell you.
Absolutely. And the most fun team to watch in the NFL right now is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
It's a good time. It's a good time because basically it's just Baker out there against the other team. And then, he has boys. No, he has a good team around him. But, yeah, it is funny. All four of his top receivers all out in this last game, and he's just throwing the ball to whoever he has to at this point, Brett.
And then Bucky Irvin out, too, who's a nice option out of the backfield.
Yes, sir. I mean, Rachaad White, shout out, should almost be a starter on most other teams. He's a hell of a blocker, hell of a receiving back, too. So he stepped in nicely in that running back room. We are loaded there. We saw Sean Tucker get his first tutty of the season for himself. So good for him. Good for Tucker. Anyone to have that anytime touchdown for Tucker probably made out well.
Yeah, no doubt. And so, last week, I seen on the injury report come by, it's the Tampa Bay will be without Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Bucky Irvin for this Sunday's game. And I was like, wow, this is getting to be the competition. They played the Niners on the field, but I think they're playing to see who can have the most injuries this season so far. It's crazy.
It's crazy, and they're not even getting into our second-year player, Jalen McMillan, who kind of came on strong at the end of last year and had himself a nasty neck injury during preseason. So Baker Mayfield is making this happen without his top four receivers, and if he's not your number one front runner for MVP, you're doing your list wrong.
Yeah, it's Baker at the top right now for sure through the first 6 weeks of the season. And the injuries didn't stop there. As soon as the game starts, Emeka Egbuka goes out with an injury. Fred Warner for the 49ers snaps his ankle and is out for the season. I mean, nasty injury.
Nasty, man. And you saw the Buccaneers players calling for the medic right away. That's sad to see. And I like Fred Warner. Yeah. So I'm sad to see him go down like this.
Yeah, and they lost Bosa a few weeks ago, the Niners did, but I think this right here is a bigger loss for the team overall. I mean, that's your quarterback on defense, and Fred Warner's the heart and soul of that defense, and that's tough for them.
Yeah, no, they're in a bad way right now with injuries. What is going on with the NFL in general with these injuries? Talked about it on multiple pods now, but it is worth bringing up again. What's it all mean, Brett? Is this going to be the year where we start to really see who's best? What do these GMs could get the right guys in here to make up for all these injuries is going to be the question.
It must be because every week we come on, every podcast I do, it's like, well, this player got injured, that player got injured, this player got injured. And I'm like, man, who is, I mean, we're going to be having UFL guys in here for long. I mean, no offense, but, it's the way it's looking at this point.
It's getting real crazy right now. But, a lot has been going on with the injuries. What I will say is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are still winning. Despite all these injuries, we are now 5-1, which I can't remember the last time the Buccaneers were something like 5-1. We are looking really good right now going into this game against Detroit. I've been saying it. They need to find a way to pass rush. You can't have the quarterbacks just sitting back there doing their thing. And Mac Jones still had a day. 347 yards. He did get 2 interceptions on the day and 0 tutties. But he was finding, what's his name? Bourne? Mr. KJ Bourne.
Yeah, Kendrick Bourne. Yeah,
Kendrick Bourne is coming on strong these last couple of weeks, and him and Jones have a great connection. Obviously, McCaffrey out the backfield. They still have a pretty functional offense, which is pretty crazy that they're actually making do with all the injuries they have to their offense too. So it's pretty impressive on their behalf, but just not enough. Look at this Bucs stat: 6 sacks, Brett, and that is the difference right there. Our pass rushers are getting home, the blitzes are getting home, and that's leading to Mac Jones making quick decisions and interceptions because he knows if he hangs on to it, he's getting sacked.
Yeah, anytime you get to the quarterback 6 times, it's going to be a rough day for him. Like you said, he still threw for 347 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Mac Jones, first-round pick in 2021, I mean, he's showing now why he was a first-round pick, I believe. Maybe it's the Kyle Shanahan system, which I kind of believe it's kind of the case there. I think he could throw just about any quarterback out there and have success. except Josh Johnson in an NFC Championship game.
Hey, that's because Josh got injured, okay? Otherwise, he was about to lead a huge comeback, all right?
It's true. That was a low blow there. I shouldn't have took right there because they had to bring Brock Purdy back in.
I can't be here for the Josh Johnson slander. That's my hero. This guy's been around since 2009 or 8, just continuously finding work in playing football. So he's played for more teams than anyone ever will.
Former Cincinnati Bengal.
Of course, he's been to Cincinnati. I didn't even know he had been to Cincinnati, but I'm not surprised.
He did. He backed up Andy Dalton. Him and Joe Flacco are the only 2 quarterbacks left out of that 2008 draft class. So if that tells you anything,
God bless him. God bless him indeed. That's true. They outlasted Matty Ice. But getting back to this Bucs team, as I was mentioning, this D-line just hasn't been showing up, right? And this week we get Yaya with 2 sacks. Hassan Reddick got in on a sack. The whole team was getting in there. Jamel Dean had himself another great day. This is a guy who basically reconstructed his deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers so that he could leave sooner. Just didn't feel the love from the team, I guess. Didn't feel the fans were definitely always at him. So he reconstructed his deal to, I guess, get a little bit more guarantee, but he cost himself a bunch of money just to get out of Tampa this year, and he's betting on himself. And you could tell he's looking for a bag somewhere, and I'm happy for him. I hope he gets it, man, because he is balling out this year. Another interception sealed the game. He had a sack. He's been doing his thing. Vita Vea constantly running into the punter penalty, but he's just a big boy. It's hard to stop him, Yeah. Sebastian Dennis played better. He's been struggling. I can't say enough about Jacob Parrish. I really love that if he could get a couple more interceptions or some sacks, he could have a legit chance at Defensive Rookie of the Year because, man, he gets absolutely destroyed on a kind of a cheap shot because it's past 5 yards. You can't just be hitting corners out there, and it ended up being called a pass interference call. But he gets up from that, and a couple plays later makes a great breakup on 3rd and 4th and forced the 49ers to go for yet another field goal, which eventually cost them. As you can see, they had field goals galore. If you had any Pinheiro out there, you had yourself a good day fantasy-wise.
Yeah, and Pinheiro, 4 for 4 for field goals. Got stepped on, too, by his lineman. I mean, that looked very painful for him right there. And then, they're doing pretty good 4 for 4 field goals. Their old kicker, Jake Moody, kicked a game winner last night for the Bears against the Commanders.
I didn't
even know he was there.
I didn't know he was there either until he knocked that through. I was like, all right, Jake. Way to come back. I was actually missing him because last year we played Jake Moody. He missed 3 field goals. This week we got Eddie Pinheiro knocking 54-yarders through. I was like, geez, I missed the Jake Moody days.
It would have been a lot more lopsided if Jake Moody was out there instead of
sure.
Pinheiro.
For sure. But yeah, overall, really happy with this defense. Obviously can't say enough about Baker. It's that 3rd and 4th, 15 run is going to be on his highlight reel for the rest of his life. That, it was just beautiful. And it's just it's almost the kind of thing you start to expect from him this year as a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, because it's just been so great. We've been so spoiled watching this amazing quarterback play for us, and it's just we're so blessed that this is our guy. I'm so happy. This is probably already my favorite, Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback of all time. I love Jameis Winston, and I was a big Josh Freeman believer. But this guy, man, he just that 3rd and 4th, he breaks the tackle from 2 D linemen, scampers away, runs through a linebacker or a corner to pick up that 3rd down. He knew where that 1st down marker was and what he had to do to get to it. It just, and then a play later, throws an absolute bomb to Tez Johnson for the tutty.
Tez Johnson, he's from Oregon. I watched some of his games last year at Oregon, and I was like, all right, this guy's pretty good. Hasn't really done a whole lot this year, but when you're the 5th wide receiver or 6th wide receiver, it's kind of hard. But, man, that and then the celebration was on point afterwards. What a celebration that was. He was holding that one in for a while, I believe. Yeah, he's been excited. Another player really stepping up, Cameron Johnson, had himself a really nice day. Also a really nice deep tutty catch. Cade Otton remembered, I guess Baker remembered that Cade Otton's on the field. He's like, oh, that's right, I have a tight end too. So he's starting to throw the ball to Cade a little bit more, which you love to see. We're just making do with whoever we have. Rebecca had a nice catch before he left. Hopefully we can get him back this week, and maybe Godwin back. Who knows? I can't.
We'll just win with whoever we got though, because we got Baker Mayfield, and that's starting to be every time the injury report comes out on X or anything like that, everyone's just like, "Is Baker okay? We'll be fine."
Yeah, as long as Baker's out there, it doesn't matter at this point. I believe that
we'll be all right.
And the thing is, you're talking about Baker's maybe your favorite all-time Tampa Bay quarterback, and he kind of just fell into Tampa's lap. Cleveland didn't want him. He didn't really succeed there. They went to Carolina. Carolina didn't want him. Traded him to the Rams. Had some success with the Rams and Liam Cohen. The Rams, once they got Stafford back, didn't have no use for him. Tampa Bay's like, hey, come on over here. And
why not compete against Kyle Trask and see if he could be our starter? And I remember being disappointed when he beat Kyle Trask because I was like, damn, dude, we really don't have anything in Kyle. They must really not believe in him if they're going with Baker. And like that first year, he wasn't like the reason we were winning games. He wasn't the reason we were losing games. And then he started to really pick it up towards the end of that first year, carried it strong in the second year. And here we are in I think it's only the third year, maybe fourth.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's his third year because I remember his first year he was there, and I would do the pick'ems and stuff, and I would pick Tampa Bay, and then he would just like have a horrible game. And then I would go against Tampa Bay, and he would play decent. And I'm like, Baker, you're screwing my picks up, bud. And then this year, it's like, okay.
This year, that's Carolina Panthers. I cannot pick right. I'm the Carolina Panthers. At this point, whichever way I pick for a Carolina game, which honestly I got to stop picking against them. They're kind of playing some good football, but that's a whole nother discussion. But yes, Tampa Bay Buccaneers looking good, baby. We're in the driver's seat of the whole NFC right now, I think.
Yeah, with Philadelphia losing the other day, I believe so. But so let's go ahead and let's talk about my team. The Cincinnati Bengals, and Joe is back.
Remember when this team was 2-0?
I remember that. That was a while back.
I remember when this team was 2-0.
I remember when this team was 2-0 as well. Now they're 2-4, and I don't know, man. Josh Jacobs is a really good running back for Green Bay. I mean, he's great. He had 93 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. He had 57 yards receiving. I mean, he's really good. Green Bay's a really good team. Somewhat.
Yeah.
The first half for the Bengals, well, we almost had a history made in this game. Evan McPherson hits a 67-yard field goal that doinks off the uprights in, but Matt LaFleur calls a timeout for Green Bay. And then he comes up about 10 yards short on the next attempt.
Damn.
So kind of rough end of that half there. But in the second half, man, Joe Flacco kind of got some things going. He threw a touchdown pass to Tanner Hudson, which was a bullet right in the back of the end zone, right to Tanner Hudson, in between 2 defenders. Great throw from Joe Flacco. He still got that arm. And then he hits Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase was being held over in the corner. Touchdown, Jamar. And then they went for 2, got it, and that was about it. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop Josh Jacobs. So, yeah, man, that's
a problem.
That's a problem. And next they have the number 1 team in the AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers, on Thursday night. So it's not getting any easier over here.
Well, at least Jamar's got to be happy, right? At least he's getting his targets.
Jamar is a lot happier. T. Higgins looked better this past week, too.
Yeah.
But
you got to get those 2 very expensive receivers going.
Yeah. But the problem is they still can't get a run
going. Yeah, I was going to say.
You can't get a running game going. Samaje Perine had a couple good runs, but, I mean, he's not an every down back. You can't expect him to go out there and just run for 70 yards every game. But Chase Brown's got to do a little bit better. I mean, he had 42 yards, but still, I mean, that's not enough to get anything going.
No, and it looks like most of it came on a 13-yard run.
Yeah. So it's still a little bit troubling there. And defensively, Trey Hendrickson went out at halftime, and I thought he was actually defending the run pretty good in the first half. Then he went out with a back injury, so I don't know how that's going to linger or what, but he didn't play in the second half, and that's when the Packers Josh Jacobs just ran right all over him. But, Micah Parsons didn't do a whole lot in this game. So he did pass Jamar Chase for tackles on the season, though, after this game. So good for him. Coming into the game, Jamar Chase had 5 solo tackles. Micah Parsons had 4. So Parsons had 3 today, or 3 Sunday, which passed Chase. So that's a good sign.
Well, good for him, man. He's really starting to pick it up. But that's funny. He's just such an expensive player that everyone's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
These players are so expensive nowadays.
I know it. And, like, the salary cap is not going up that much. So I don't know how they're affording these guys like this. You know, Bengals are paying 2 guys over $100 million for wide receiver. And it's like, something don't add up here. I don't know how that works.
I don't know how cap magic and dark arts works either, dude. I have no idea how they figure all that out.
It's like I know we don't talk NBA or anything, but like there was a story like Kawhi Leonard was getting paid like $28 million to work at a landscaping company that the owner of the Clippers owned, but he wasn't actually doing any landscaping, and that was a workaround for the salary cap. So he was still getting his money, but it was under the table kind of, so it didn't go against the cap. And I'm like, that's kind of smart if you don't get caught.
Yeah, and then even if you get caught, what's the catch?
You probably lose a draft pick or something, which, I mean, in the NFL.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, what are they going to accuse you of? Like, how do you know he wasn't doing the landscape? Maybe he's the guy who's in charge of hiring the people to go do it. What do you know?
Yeah. Maybe you don't know he doesn't have a weed eater in his, back of his car or whatever, going out there weed eating his house.
Maybe he's trying to start a fucking weed business. Like, who are you to tell us that we can't be paying people for that?
Right. I think that would be a great workaround. I mean, I wish, these owners have the money to do it. Let them do it. Whatever. Who cares? It's not my money.
I agree. Fuck it, dude. As long as they're getting paid and we getting good play, I don't mind.
Oh, man. So you mentioned the Carolina Panthers earlier, and, man, if they're at home, you might as well pick them. Rico Dowdle the other day, man, had a heck of a game against his old team. Jerry Jones, he said that Jerry probably doesn't remember my name, doesn't know who I am. He will remember my name after this game. He had like 200-some yards from scrimmage.
He's making a name for himself these last 2 weeks. It's crazy. I feel like it was right around the time the Sports by Comedy started to talk some shit about him. We're like, whatever happened to Rico? It suddenly blew up. So you can thank Sports by Rico. Send us a couple mil.
Yeah, look at it. He led the team in rushing with 183 yards, and he led the team in receiving with 56 yards and a touchdown. And it's like, man. And the Cowboys, Javonte Williams, 29 yards rushing. So, I mean, there's kind of a little bit of a statement there.
Oof, Javonte letting the whole squad down.
Man, it's crazy. What about the Giants the other day? Just putting it to the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday Night Football. How crazy was that?
As somebody who's recently kind of hopped on being like an Eagles fan hater, I'm about this, dude. I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for them getting humbled on prime time, especially after they do the tush push 4 times in a row to score. It's like, all right, dude, we get it. You guys are good at this play. Like, stop it. So I'm really happy to see them getting humbled. I think it's pretty funny, man. It's AJ Brown starts to get fed, they start to lose. It's pretty amusing for me.
It's pretty funny. Like last week we talked on here that they had a players only meeting. 4-1, they're already having a players only meeting. And then AJ Brown was asked about it, and he said, "I don't recall a meeting." And it's like, what's going on?
Oh no!
And apparently the meeting was just him, Saquon, and Jalen Hurts at his car in the parking lot of the Eagles practice facility. I don't know what's going on in Philadelphia, but I'm pretty sure these guys don't like each other at all, and I'm for it. I'm all for it.
You don't think do you think it's like one of those things like the Beatles are all worried about who's getting the credit?
Yeah. It's like Lennon and McCartney. You're great, but we can't get along together, so whatever. Let's go our separate ways.
Guess so.
There was a head coach fired this week. Tennessee Titans fired ex-Bengals offensive coordinator Brian Callahan. Long overdue.
Yeah, it did seem like he was struggling. I mean, that team was just so bad. The thing is that this is like a trend now. So what is it? The last 3 quarterbacks who have been drafted first overall, it's all their coach fired that same year.
Yeah. Is it Caleb Williams?
Well, it's dating back to Urban Meyer actually with Lawrence, and then it was and then it's Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, and then now Cam Ward.
Yeah, so that's
the last 4 drafted first overall. Saw their coach get fired. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like your franchise is on fire, and you're like, there's a reason you're picking first overall.
Yeah. And I don't think Brian Callahan was a great coach to begin with, obviously. I mean, he wasn't great in Cincinnati.
They haven't had any success over there since he's been there.
None at all. Like, he had Levis last year, and who was the other quarterback? Malik Willis, maybe? Or was that before that?
No, I think they traded Willis a while ago.
Yeah. But who else did they have last year in Tennessee?
Somebody. Who was it? Because they did kind of give up on Will Levis a couple times.
They didn't bring Tannehill back, was it?
No, maybe. I don't remember, but he wasn't good.
Yeah,
Whoever it was, it wasn't.
It didn't work out. Yeah, it didn't work out.
It wasn't good football.
And the way that they won last week, like Brian Callahan's only win this week was that fluke, fumble the ball around everywhere and land on it.
Absolute chaos. And your boy Tyler Lockett goes to win it.
I'll tell you what, the Falcons are another team I cannot figure out at all. Like it's all these NFC South teams I can't figure out except for Tampa Bay and New Orleans. But the others,
even New Orleans is kind of like, what's going on over there?
A little frisky, yeah.
Yeah, they're a little frisky. They're bad, but they're frisky. I turned on that Atlanta game on last night, and I was like hoping to see them getting their ass kicked, and it was already like, I want to say 14-7, and then you see Josh getting pressured all night. the whole night. Just had no time to do anything, and like kept on like being skittish with his passes and stuff, and then like they pumped the ball back to Atlanta, and you just see like, so it went from Joey Bosa with a beautiful sack to, all right, we're gonna call this back because it was offsides at Oliver, and dude, that like the momentum just left that Bills defense right on that sequence there, because after that Bijan just
they had no answer for Bijan.
He's scary. He is scary in open space, dude. He just hit that hole. I was like, that's trouble. That's a fast boy going through that hole. Like, fuck, dude. He flew through that thing. And poor Bishop, man. Like, credit to Bishop, actually, for being able to chase him and get out to that position to even attempt that tackle. I think a lot of guys just would have been faked out entirely and never even got to the angle. So, like, dude, he just that was crazy. That was a wild-ass run. And I would say Atlanta is a very confusing team, but I'm starting to get a little scared. At the same time, they kind of didn't do anything that second half. They kind of let the Bills. The Bills couldn't get anything going on offense, but if they could have had like even a mediocre day on offense, that was a much closer game, because like after the going up 21-7, they kind of, I don't know if they let the foot off the gas or what, but I feel like they could have run by a lot more.
Yeah, because Bijan was like unstoppable in the backfield, out wide, putting him in motion. Everything was working for him last night. And as a guy who is a Bijan Robinson on his fantasy team, I was all for it last night. But
I'm sure you were.
Oh man, that won me that easily. But man, Josh Allen,
30 or what?
Oh, it was like 30 something. Yeah. I had him and somebody else had 30. Oh, Cam Scatterboo. I had him as well. Yeah. So, I mean, I had a pretty good week between my running backs. Yeah, but Josh Allen, I mean, is this a bigger problem with the Bills, or is this just a one-off thing, or what? I don't know, but it's 2 weeks in a row that the Bills – you keep thinking Josh Allen's going to do something. He's going to make something happen. He didn't scramble a whole lot last night, but once again, he didn't have no time at all. I mean, it looked like the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line out there blocking for Josh Allen against that front four for the Falcons.
I'm not sure what's going on, but it is funny that both the Eagles and the Bills were both undefeated last week, and then boom, 2 losses in a row for both of them now. And now you got to be asking a couple questions like so for the Bills, what are we doing? Who are we throwing the ball to? Can it really be Shakir like this whole year? Is he going to bring us a Super Bowl? Like, I think he's a strong number 2. I don't know if you can do this. And Cole doesn't seem to be the man. So are you going to make a trade for a guy?
Yeah.
Maybe trade for Higgins? What's in that? What would you give up for Higgins right now if the Bills were trading for Higgins?
What? No.
Come on. You can't afford two big wide receivers over there, all right? Give one of them up. Don't be greedy.
Yeah, you're right. Give me Shakir and the fourth rounder. Think that'd make
Not
that
bad.
work?
I don't know. I don't know if the Bills would be happy with that. Or I mean, if Cincinnati would be happy with that.
I'll tell you what, though, I think Mitchell Tinsley could take over that number 2 spot. Just got to give him some run.
You do believe in your boy. I respect that.
I do.
But what's going on with Miami? So Tua's just throwing people under the bus? Is that what we're doing now? Or
oh man, I guess after that game, I mean, they had that game won actually. Against the Chargers that they had? Yeah,
Chargers.
Yeah, they scored a touchdown, then Chargers come down and scored a field goal.
Yeah, that was a tough one to pick. I was so glad that the Chargers somehow figured that one out because it was kind of looking rough there for a minute.
And then Tua after the game says, "We got to start here with leadership." And I'm like, "Oh, was he talking like him as a leader, or is he talking higher up?" I think he's talking higher up. I think he's talking maybe.
I feel like it was a little bit of both because then he was like, "We got to make sure we can get the boys, back on the same page and all that kind of stuff." Then he just basically called out the whole team. He was like, people just not showing up to players only meetings, not showing up to meetings, or Zoom meetings or whatever it was. I was like, damn, bro. But also, you're a professional athlete and you're out here missing meetings? What's that about?
Yeah, like what else you got going on during the day?
What else you got going on?
This is what you're literally paid for.
Well, this is what you're being paid for, man. But Lat McConkey, dude. That was he just continues to go off. He's definitely a fun receiver to watch. And that 3rd and 5 or something like that, where you see the running back like block for Herbert, then run up there and block from Ladd. That was pretty cool. Shout out, what was his freaking
Vidal,
name?
Wasn't it? Or was
Vidal,
it
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
And Ladd McConkey, also a wide receiver, starting on my fantasy team. So, I mean, pretty good week for my fantasy.
Jeez, dude, you must have murdered that poor guy.
I did. And I was behind, going into Monday a little bit, just barely.
Wow.
But, hey, Bijan.
Wow, they must have put up some points, too. That's always the worst when you put up, 140 or something like that and you still lose. It's like, damn it.
Why do you have all these good players, too? It's supposed to be my week.
It's supposed to be my week, man. And then you look around the league and people put up 80 and 1. You're like, no!
Yeah. But, man, what a good week again. And the thing is with the NFL, you just never know what's going on from week to week. The Buccaneers
are tough this year.
The Pickens are
so hard this year.
I think I had a pretty decent week this last week, but
did you?
Up until the Sunday night games, because I thought the Detroit Lions was going to go into Kansas City and win that game, and no,
all those primetime games went against me. I not a single one of those. I didn't pick right on a single one of those primetimes.
I didn't either. I missed all of those.
That's a bummer.
And Kansas City, they look like, Travis Kelce out here catching passes again, looking like prime Kelce, and it's like, oh boy, why are we doing this again?
So I'm not going to do this whole hate on the Chiefs and their referees again. I exhausted so much energy last year doing it. But what I will say is 0 penalties, Brett.
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, that's.
Something stinks about that. 0 penalties.
If I was
not even what?
If I was Brian Branch, I would have went and punched one of them refs instead of Juju. But hey, it's whatever.
Yeah, but it is hilarious. I just like Juju, so I did love to see that happen. I was here
when Juju was doing the TikTok dances a few years ago, and he would dance on the logos. He did it against the Bengals one year. The Bengals had Ryan Finley as the quarterback before they got Joe Burrow. First play of the game, they throw a screen pass to Juju Smith-Schuster. Von Bell lights up Juju. He does nothing the rest of the game, and the Bengals upset the Pittsburgh Steelers. One of my favorite Juju Smith-Schuster memories.
I do remember that, actually, because I was so I also was very much like, God damn it, screw you, Juju. And I was very happy to see that upset.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. It's a good one. I think he kind of his career trajectory.
Yeah, it really did. And he hasn't really didn't hear much from him. And now every once in a while he'll be catching passes from Mahomes as the fourth receiver or whatever he is now out there.
Yeah, some of these receivers, man, they crash and burn, and I'm not even sad to see it at all.
Well, man, I think that's about all for this week on the week 6.
No. Appreciate you having me on, Brett. Another fun week of NFL football. We'll try to figure this out, fans, and make better picks.
Yeah, who knows? And from week to week, we don't even know, but we'll see. And go Rockford Ravens this weekend, right?
Playoff rugby coming our way, man. We're going up to Appleton, Wisconsin to take on the Gargoyles. They were undefeated, but they haven't faced us yet, Brett.
That's it. So that's it right there.
There we go. Big Brother trophy on the line, as it is our trophy game.
There we go. The run starts Saturday. So
that's right.
That'll do it for us here on Young from the Couch. Check out Sports by Compian on YouTube. Subscribe, like his channel, like and subscribe to us too. And we will catch you all next time.
Thanks,